My name is Charles Turner. I'm 74 years old, and on a night in October 1969, I killed my best friend. His name was Billy Henderson. We grew up together. We enlisted together. We promised we'd come home together. And I shot him 6 times in the chest because I thought he was the enemy. I'm dying. Pancreatic cancer. The doctors say I have maybe 2 months. And I need to tell this story before I go. Billy and I met when we were 7 years old. First day of 2nd grade. He sat next to me and asked if I wanted to trade lunches. We were best friends from that moment on. We did everything together. Little League, Boy Scouts, high school football. When he got his first car, we'd drive around town for hours just talking. We were brothers, not by blood, but by choice. In 1968, we both got draft notices. Same week. We could have tried to avoid it. Billy had asthma, could have gotten a medical exemption. I was in college, could have gotten a deferment, but we didn't. We went down to the recruitment office together, and we enlisted. Army, same day. We wanted to control our fate, wanted to serve together. We made a promise that day. Billy put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "We go together. We come back together. And when we get home, I'm marrying Katie, and you're going to be my best man." I said, "Deal. And when I marry Sarah, you're mine." We went through basic training together, Fort Benning. They tried to split us up, send us to different units, but we both volunteered for the same assignment, 101st Airborne. We wanted to stay together, and somehow we did. Same company, same platoon, same squad. We arrived in Vietnam in March 1969, landed in Da Nang, and got shipped to Firebase Berchtesgaden near the A Shau Valley. The valley was hell. Dense jungle, constant enemy activity, ambushes, booby traps, mortars every night. We lost guys weekly. Billy and I looked out for each other. When he was on watch, I could sleep. When I was on watch, he could sleep. We shared rations, shared ammo, covered each other in firefights. He saved my life twice. Once when he saw a wire I was about to trip. Once when he pulled me behind cover during an ambush. I never got the chance to save his. October 1969. We'd been in country 7 months. Our platoon was running defensive operations in the valley. We set up a perimeter in thick jungle, dug foxholes, and waited. Intelligence said the VC were moving through the area. We were told to expect contact. The night it happened, it was pouring rain. Monsoon season. The kind of rain that's so heavy you can't see 5 feet in front of you. The kind that turns everything into mud and makes every sound disappear, except the drumming of water on leaves. Billy and I were sharing a foxhole. 2-man position. We were soaked, exhausted, and on edge. The VC were known for infiltrating during weather like this. They'd crawl up to your position in the darkness, slit your throat before you even knew they were there. We lost 2 guys that way the week before. We had a system, a challenge and password. If you left the foxhole for any reason and came back, you had to give the password or you'd get shot. Simple. Everyone knew it. Around 0200 hours, Billy said he needed to check the Claymore mine we'd set up about 15 meters out. Or maybe he needed to relieve himself. I don't remember exactly what he said. The rain was so loud. But I remember him climbing out of the foxhole, M16 in hand, disappearing into the darkness. I waited. 5 minutes, 10, 15. I started getting nervous. It shouldn't take that long. I strained to hear anything over the rain. Nothing. And then I heard it. A branch snapping. Close. Maybe 5 meters away. I raised my rifle, peered into the darkness, saw movement. A shape. Dark. Low. Moving toward the foxhole. I whispered the challenge. Thunder. Waited for the response. Lightning. Nothing. Just movement. Getting closer. My heart was pounding. This was it. VC infiltrator. I could see the shape now. Dark clothing. Moving carefully. Deliberately. Not Billy. Billy would have given the password. This was someone else. I didn't think. In Vietnam, if you think, you die. I saw the dark shape, I saw the movement, and I fired. 6 rounds, center mass. The shape dropped, and then silence. Terrible, crushing silence. I waited for return fire, for chaos, for confirmation that I'd just stopped an infiltrator. Nothing. Just rain and silence. I called out, "Contact! Contact! Infiltrator down!" The squad started reacting. Someone fired a flare. The sky lit up, and I saw him. Billy, lying on his back in the mud, 6 holes in his chest. His poncho, black rubber, soaked and glistening. In his hand, a photograph, soaked, crumpled. Katie, his girlfriend. He'd been looking at her picture. I don't remember the next few minutes. I think I screamed. I think I ran to him. I think I tried to stop the bleeding, but there was too much. His eyes were open. He was still alive. Barely. He looked at me, not with anger, not with hate, with confusion. Like he didn't understand what happened. Like he was asking me why. His lips moved. Tried to say something. Couldn't. And then he stopped breathing. Just stopped. And I was holding my best friend, covered in his blood, and I had killed him. The flare revealed something else. The Claymore mine, still in place. Billy hadn't been checking it. He just stepped out of the foxhole for a minute. Maybe to relieve himself. Maybe to clear his head. I don't know. But when he came back, he forgot the password. Or maybe he tried to say it, and I didn't hear it over the rain. Or maybe he thought I'd recognize him. I don't know. I'll never know. The squad medic checked him, confirmed what I already knew. Dead. The lieutenant came over, asked what happened. I told him. Infiltrator, didn't give the password, fired. The lieutenant looked at Billy's body, looked at me, and he said, "You did the right thing, standard procedure." But then, the VC actually attacked. Maybe 10 minutes later. Mortars, small arms fire, full assault on our position. We fought them off, but it was chaos, confusion. In the after-action report, the lieutenant listed Billy as KIA, killed in action by enemy fire. Not friendly fire, enemy. I should have corrected him, should have told the truth, but I didn't. I let the lies stand, let it become official. Because if I told the truth, what would it change? Billy would still be dead, and his family would know he didn't die fighting the enemy. He died because his best friend shot him in the dark. I came home in April 1970. Billy came home in a casket. I went to the funeral, wore my dress uniform, stood in the back, and Billy's mother, Mrs. Henderson, she saw me. She came over, she hugged me, and she said, "Thank you for being with him. Thank you for trying to save him. I'm so glad he had you there." I couldn't speak, couldn't tell her the truth. I just nodded, and I've been nodding to that lie ever since. I married Sarah in 1972. Billy should have been my best man. Instead, his absence was a hole in that church that nothing could fill. I had a cousin stand in. Every time I looked at him, I saw Billy, saw what should have been. I had kids, 3 of them. Billy never got that chance. Katie married someone else in 1973. She invited me to the wedding. I didn't go. Couldn't face her. Couldn't look her in the eye knowing what I knew. Mrs. Henderson would call me sometimes, every few years, on Billy's birthday, on the anniversary of his death. She'd want to talk about him, about what he was like in Vietnam, about his last days. And I'd lie. I'd tell her he was brave, that he died fighting, that it was quick. All lies. She died 10 years ago. Heart failure. At her funeral, her sister came up to me and said, "She always said you were Billy's guardian angel over there, that you tried to save him." It gave her so much comfort knowing that. And I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell her I wasn't his guardian angel. I was his killer. But I didn't. I nodded again. I'm 74 years old. I've lived 54 years since that night. 54 years of carrying the secret. 54 years of being thanked for something I didn't do. 54 years of living the life Billy should have lived. And the worst part, the absolute worst part, is that I followed procedure. I did what I was trained to do. Unknown shape in the dark. No password. Fire. That's the rule. That's what keeps you alive. And it killed my best friend. I don't know if he forgot the password. I don't know if he tried to say it and I didn't hear. I don't know if he thought I'd recognize him, even in the dark. I just know that I saw a shape and I fired, and I killed the person I loved most in the world. There's no forgiveness for this. I know that. Even if it was procedure, even if any soldier would have done the same, I still pulled the trigger. I still killed Billy. And I still lied about it for 54 years. I'm dying now. 2 months, maybe less. And I know I'm going to see Billy again. Not in some heaven where we're reunited, but in those final moments when your life flashes before your eyes. I'm going to see his face, that confused look, that silent question, why? And I still don't have an answer. I did what I was supposed to do. I followed my training. I protected my position, and I killed my best friend. Both things are true, and I have to die carrying both. This is my confession. Billy Henderson died on October 12, 1969, in the A Shau Valley. But he wasn't killed by the Viet Cong. He was killed by me, by Charles Turner, his best friend since second grade, the person who swore to bring him home. I failed, and I've lied about it ever since. I did the right thing according to the rules, and it was the worst thing I've ever done. Both can be true, and I'll die knowing both are true. Leave a comment if you need to. Curse me, hate me. You should. The lies end here.